Hey guys, good morning. Eagle Train checking in March 23rd, 2020. Last night we were looking at max down on the futures. This morning I'm not even sure what's happening. So I just turned on my computer. I'm just getting up. So sometimes it's better not even know the news. You just look at the charts. So UVXY, we talked about shorting into strength. It looks like we had some strength this morning, which some of you guys can trade at 5 in the morning. I don't know. I do not. My trading starts at 6. And then 7 on my TD account that I have this little $25,000 fund trading account. This is probably where we're going to do the double your $3,000, whatever. We talked about that on the Brawl Street. So here you go. We talked about filling this gap in here possibly and then folding back down. And we're trying to see if maybe UVXY is going to start a more of a sideways pattern. So I drew this line here today. I'm not sure if we just stop. It's pre-market. I don't trade in pre-market, and I don't really like to guess bottoms. I like to let these start to form a chart over an hourly period or a few hours to kind of figure out where to come in at. But just stepping back and taking a guess here, it looks like we're going to possibly touch this 75 area in pre-market and then maybe bounce. Don't know. Not making a recommendation to buy it. I don't buy this in pre-market. I'd short it in pre-market. I have before, but I don't want to go long UVXY in pre-market. So there's your UVXY. A couple of stocks of interest. We talked about gold. Gold looks like it's popping a little bit. Just to zip through some stuff here, SPY is at 237.60. I haven't looked at that chart to kind of figure out where we could slow down at. Oil's getting a pop here too. I'm kind of thinking oil's dead in the water. You're going to have a trading range. I'm not really interested in that. I'm avoiding oil-related stocks. In fact, I think you could probably short some of these leveraged drillers if they start to move to the upside and you can find some resistance areas. We can look at that too. Company I do like is PFGC. I think I talked about that before. It's a little bit of a mid-cap food providing provision company or providing company. They sell to the movie theaters. They're in a bad area right now, but I'm a contrarian. So Opco Health kind of looks interesting. Not recommending that either, but I like the baseline around $1.40, and some of these things can pop. So it's up a little bit in pre-market. It looks kind of weak. Stock of the day could be a stock called MEDS, MEDS. Very speculative here, but a tiny float. Has something to do with online registration and the use of Medicare for prescriptions and some of these teledoc companies. Tiny float's got no price history behind it. So I don't know if this is an IPO. It literally ranged from $4 a share to $8, and I think it has an all-time high of like 10 or 11. But this thing has such a small float it could fly. Keep an eye on that MEDS. Very, very speculative, but we've seen some of these things go up tenfold. So who knows? JNUG's popping a little bit in pre-market. Some of the stocks you'll probably see rebound if the market starts to get a little bit FOMO mode here. It might be stuff like I hate to say it, but Uber could actually catch a bid. Talk about in a vulnerable industry right now, though. Definitely am not interested in buying Uber, but if you like the wild swings, that might be one. And obviously stuff like Tesla, it's been really beaten down. I'm still a fan of Netflix. Out of the FANG, I like Netflix and Amazon the best. We might come up with a couple more picks here. It's just very early in the day. You're kind of getting a little bit, and I don't know if I knew that I drew this accurately, but you're getting a little bit of energy coming as we approach that 75 there. We'll draw those charts later, and then we'll come back on. It's still early. I got to grab something to eat, figure out what's going on in the market, look at our SPY chart, and see what's happening. But looks like our shorting into weakness on volatility was kind of delayed. So we'll see how things pan out here.